Joshua Allen here of Bucs Report. I'm here with Nick Leverett, Buccaneers. Are you a guard or a tackle? What do you prefer to be called?
I would definitely say I'm a guard, center. I'm about 6'3" 3/4", so I'm definitely not a tackle.
I know you played a little bit of both in your college ball, so I didn't know how to introduce you as a guard or as a tackle or as a center, because I know how much position flexibility you have.
Yeah, man, for sure. I definitely played, especially my freshman year, I ended up playing all 5 positions across the offensive line, actually starting in all 5. So, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm definitely guard/center.
Okay. And so just, going through the pre-draft process, what was that like for you? And then the cancellation of your pro day as you were arriving for your pro day. How was that process, and how were you able to still showcase your talents to scouts?
The pre-draft process was crazy. It was just like I would say it started right after my last collegiate game. I had to figure out what agent I wanted to go with, and following that, I had to figure out what facility or what location I wanted to train at. So, we figured out we wanted to train in Charlotte, North Carolina. But yeah, it was crazy and also fun at the same time. I had a chance to get some good work in, and I had a chance to meet some NFL players, some NFL offensive linemen, just to kind of pick their brain and, get some feedback from them. And then, of course, this pandemic happened, so that definitely slowed a lot of things down. I wasn't able to have my pro day. It's a crazy story. I actually flew down to Houston for my pro day. They actually pushed it up because they were starting to cancel pro days all across the nation. So they pushed our pro day up so we could try to go ahead and get it. Scouts had already said that they weren't coming out, so we was just going to record it. And as soon as I got off the plane, they actually canceled it. My agent was trying to call me, and, it was just crazy. I was like, dang, I flew all the way down here.
Yeah.
Pro days canceled, but I ended up coming right back, and the facility I was working out at, we ended up doing a virtual pro day there. So everything worked out well, and everything worked out pretty good.
Perfect. And additionally, what was the undrafted free agent process like? Did you have multiple teams kind of bidding for you? And if you did, what drew you to Tampa?
It was kind of crazy, man. A lot of teams was giving me that late, that 6th round, 7th round grade. So I was just, watching the draft. I was just, excited. Anticipating hearing my name called, and of course I didn't hear my name called, but while the draft was going, the Jets were, hitting me up the most, but I definitely had more teams hitting me up, but Tampa Bay hit me up in the 6th round, was like, we don't know how it's gonna work out. We definitely want to draft you, but there's no telling how it's gonna work out. But you're definitely on our radar. So I heard from them in the 6th round, and man, I had some offers from I want to say 10 other teams, but I just felt like Tampa Bay would be my best option. So me and my agent rolled with it.
Oh, perfect. That's great. And I've seen the video, and I'm sure a lot of other people have, of you, getting that phone call. What was that moment like for you?
Man, it was crazy, man. I'm glad the camera guy shut it off before I started crying. Man. It was like a dream came true, man. It was just like everything I had worked so hard for and everything I had prayed for had finally came through. I had got the call, and I actually got the call from my agent. It wasn't like, I got the call after from my coach, but that call was from my agent telling me, hey, it was literally 3 to 5 minutes after the draft concluded.
Oh, wow.
And my agent was like, hey, I just got off the phone with Tampa Bay. Well, he texted me first and was like, hey, Nick, call me ASAP. Called him. I was like, hey, what's up, Phil? He was like, how you feeling? I was like, I'm all right. I'm not the best, but hey, I'm all right. And he was like, well, I got some great news for you. Tampa Bay wants you. They agreed to this, and that, and you're Tampa Bay Bucs. So it was amazing, man. It was crazy. And then I got the call from Coach Goodwin after that, just telling me, welcome me to the team and offensive line room. So yeah, it was definitely crazy, man. Nice.
Hey, tears of joy aren't weak, man. You worked hard for that process, so you really did capture them. It's all good, So you transferred your last year of college from North Carolina Central University over to Rice University. Why did you make that move? And how do you think that transitioning from one program to another program will help you transfer in the NFL, as far as, most people, or not most people, but a lot of prospects stay with one program for the entire career. Well, you had to transfer, learn all new coaches, all new teams. Do you think that gives you kind of an edge up? And why did you make that move?
So I decided to transfer from North Carolina Central after my junior season, all the coaches got fired, and coming out of high school, I didn't have a lot of offers. I only had one Division I offer, and it was an FCS school. So I just wanted to put myself in the transfer portal and just to see what all was out there to offer. So I had some SEC offers, some ACC offers, but I decided to go with Rice because I was thinking about life after football. Getting a master's degree from Rice University would take me a long way, and I actually did complete that this past May.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. But yeah, man, that was my biggest thing, and I knew I would still be able to play on the FBS level. We ended up playing Texas. We ended up playing Wake Forest, Baylor, all those big time schools. So, I felt like it was a win-win situation. Learning under Mike Bloomgren, he was the offensive line coach for Stanford, sent multiple offensive linemen to the league, and to learn from him, I just felt like it was an overall win-win situation. I couldn't go wrong. So that's definitely why I did that, and it's definitely helped me out. I learned so much from him. So just taking that stuff over to when I'm meeting with Coach Goodwin, Coach Gilbert, I'm definitely learning. I'm definitely able to take the knowledge I learned from Coach Bloomgren and to apply it to that offensive line and that terminology and everything that we're learning. So it's definitely helped me out a good bit.
Kind of more pro ready terminology and kind of get you ready for the next level.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Nice. As a senior, you made the transition from guard to tackle. You were selected all-conference USA honorable mention, and you only allowed 2 sacks in 320 attempts, and your win percentage, your win grade on plays was 80%. So 8 out of 10 times you were hitting the nail on the head there. You're kind of known a little bit for your run blocking skill, but you improved on your pass blocking as well that final year. What did you do to improve on that? And how was that transition like?
So I actually transferred from tackle to guard. I played tackle at North Carolina Central, and I played guard at Rice. But my biggest thing was I was just gonna I was always good at run blocking. My mentality, coming into North Carolina Central was put your hand in the dirt and just play ball. So I was always good with run blocking. But when it came to pass pro, that was one of my weaknesses. So being able to learn from Coach Bloom and Coach Ashfield, they taught me, they simplified things for me, and they worked on my punches, my sets, and that helped me a long way. So that's definitely what helped me.
Now you said that you see yourself more as a guard center, and you also have the experience at tackle. How does that flexibility help you? And do you see yourself as more of a center, guard, or a lineman that can do all 3 positions in the NFL?
I definitely see myself as a lineman that could definitely play the interior 3. But playing all 5 different positions, it made me learn all 5 different positions. So that of course helped me learn and process plays better and more clear. So just playing all those positions helped me out. That way, when I did step into left guard or when I did go to right tackle, I knew, okay, this is why I'm doing this, and this is why I can't let that defender do this. So it just helped me out a long way.
Now I gotta ask. I did my research a little bit. I gotta ask you about the Hot Boys and the hibachi and buffet. I gotta ask you about that. What was that all about, man?
Man, it was just Hot Boys. That's a lifestyle for me, man. It's a brand. When I first got to North Carolina Central, my mentors, they were all conference offensive linemen, all Americans, and they had this brand called Hot Boys. So it was just it was a band of brothers. So of course I was the one freshman playing with 4 different seniors. So they brought me in and they brought me into the lifestyle. And, when they left, it was my job to keep it going. So I the hibachi thing. I told the boys, I said, part of the initiation is going to hibachi. We gonna eat. Who last man standing wins. Just having fun, man. So it's definitely a lifestyle, and it's something I still live to this day. I can call those guys anytime and just talk to them about football life. So it's more than football, man. And I thank those guys for that.
it's building that camaraderie together and that cohesiveness as a unit, so you can go out there on the field and execute without even thinking about it because you're so close.
For sure, definitely 100%. Man, I had it's a funny story. I had what was it, like a 2011 Nissan Altima, and I tried to fit like 300-pound, 320-pound offensive lineman, and ended up scraping my bumper while coming out of hibachi. I mean, it's all love, man. Those guys are like my brothers now, so it's definitely a band of brothers. We definitely built a lot of good camaraderie, and it was definitely something good.
Nice. And speaking of that, building that camaraderie and everything like that, have you talked to any of the guys yet on the O-line, and the young guys and the old guys? What are you excited to learn from them?
So I haven't talked to any of the vets yet, but I've been talking with the other rookie offensive linemen, Tristan, Zach, John. We all talk. We go over plays all the time. But yeah, we're all four of us. We're definitely building on some good camaraderie. I like those guys a lot. We just met, but those guys are already like brothers to me. You know, I could ask them for anything. They help me out. If it's something I don't understand or something they don't understand, we always help each other. You know, we're building that brand of brotherhood for sure.
It's nice. Even though you're competing with each other, you know, maybe for roster spots, that you guys can still lift each other up and try to help each other all understand things. That's nice to see, and that's great to hear, as a fan especially. So what were your first thoughts? You knew the Tom Brady question was coming. What were your thoughts when you realized you had the chance to block for Tom Brady? And what do you hope to learn from him? I mean, I don't know if you've seen the practice reports, him out there. He's already working with Ryan Jensen on, snap techniques and different things that he likes his center to do. So, what were your first thoughts? And then what do you hope to learn from him?
My first thought was I'm about to block for the GOAT. Like, literally the greatest of all time, man. But now, I've been watching Brady since I was little. I think he got drafted when I was, 3 years old. So, just definitely seeing his mindset and his competitiveness, that's definitely grown on me since I was little. That's part of my game, just being able to go out there and compete and making my teammates better. And that definitely came from him, just, seeing him do that over the course of years. So it's definitely going to be exciting to go out there and, be able to protect him and, hopefully, win a Super Bowl, of course.
Absolutely. That's always the goal. And, with the Super Bowl in Tampa this year, it kind of gives it an extra little magic and flair to it if you can succeed. So what's the virtual offseason been like? What have you been doing to keep yourself in shape and then entertain? Because it's a lot of downtime and, we're stuck in the house. So what have you been kind of doing on that end too?
What I've been doing, of course, I've been working out. But, I've been working out, spending a lot of time on the film. We have our virtual meetings where our coaches and we have a rookie seminar who, we meet with Duke. And, it's been going pretty good. But, yeah, I try to hop on my game sometimes, but I haven't had a chance to. I'm just constantly studying. I give myself a break, but, I'm just always studying. I'm visiting family. So I'm trying to do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to keep yourself grounded while you have the opportunity that you have at hand. You want to give it as much as you can. Understandable. That's great. So who's kind of been your role model as an offensive lineman in the league, and who do you try to model your game after?
I would say Trent Williams. I just love his style of play, man. He's nasty, physical. Yeah. He plays to the whistle, man. That's how I was grounded, man. Just to be that nasty dog player out there, man. So, I model my game after him. And, he not built offensive lineman. He got fat on him, and he still get it done. And that's like me, man. I don't have the best body, but I still get the job done. So it's I like his style of play. I like his attitude, and I just like everything about him.
The tenacity he comes with on every play. Yeah, I like. So in 2018, you were named the All-State AFCA Good Works team. You're only one of 22 guys that were put on there, and you do a lot of work in the community. And do you have any plans on bringing that to Tampa with you?
Definitely, for sure. I've definitely reached out, or I've definitely looked up into things I could do in Tampa. But yeah, I'm all about community service, man. I'm all about uplifting the community. That's something I was grounded on coming up. My mom, she would give you the skin off her back if you needed it. My dad's the same way, so that was kind of instilled in me at a young age. So I definitely have some plans whenever I get to Tampa, for sure.
Perfect. And then just to finish the interview up, what's one thing that Bucs fans should know about Nick Leverett?
You're getting an awesome offensive lineman. You're going to get an offensive lineman that's going to give his everything. And, he's going to contribute any way he can and definitely try to hit everything his will to take you guys to the Super Bowl.
Awesome. Love that answer. And then where can the people find you at to follow you?
So you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. My Twitter is @_BigNick74.
Yeah.
And my Instagram is BigNick_75.
Okay. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for your time. Look forward to seeing you on the field this year, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you.